everybody, this is Adam from Plus DNA. This is my top 10 Xbox 360 game series of all time. I figure since it's basically the end of my beloved 360's life cycle, it's time to pay my respect to the games that entertained me for so many years. Keep in mind this is about the game series as a whole, not any single game. Also, this is all opinionated. If you don't agree with me, please post your own top 10 in the comments. Number 10, Call of Duty. I know. Ugh. Now, I know that Call of Duty is arguably the most popular game of our generation. It definitely deserves a spot on my list. I played Call of Duty 2 and 3 way before I ever heard of online multiplayer, just for the sheer fun of the campaign. Little did I know that once I finally bought a 360, that Call of Duty 4 would be one of the first games I picked up. I absolutely love Call of Duty 4. The experience of playing alongside all my real-life friends was fascinating to me. Looking back on it, I think it was the simplicity of Call of Duty 4 that keeps it so close to my heart compared to the newer games. It would without a doubt make it onto my top 5 games list. Future titles like World at War, Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and Black Ops also piqued my interest. But once the more recent titles like Black Ops 2, Ghost, and all that, it just dried up for me, which is why it's number 10. Number 9, Bioshock. I remember the first time I ever tried to play Bioshock. I was at a friend's house, and we thought it was the scariest game ever made. We went as far as deleting all the saves off the Xbox. We didn't want to see the logo anymore. We thought it was haunted or something. Then a little later on, I picked up Bioshock 2 for myself. Delving deep into the shattered underwater world of Rapture was the most unique experience I think I ever had in gaming. I mean, honestly, where else can you run around on the seafloor and fight cracked out locals by shooting lightning out of your hand? It was the dark and dingy feel of Bioshock 2 that really had me interested. It was the first time I ever really played anything like it. I mean, like the quote, "Is a man not entitled to the sweat on his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone." I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose Rapture. The first time I ever heard Andrew Ryan boast this over the intercom, it had me in awe. It made so much sense, yet look what became of it. I was fascinated. Number 8. Elder Scrolls. The first Elder Scrolls game I played was Oblivion. Oblivion was an outstanding game. I somewhat wished I would have played more of the previous titles. Oblivion was the first open world RPG style game I ever played, and I really enjoyed it. Being able to just explore Cyrodiil was so much fun, partly because I didn't realize there was a fast travel function until about 12 hours of gameplay. Yeah, that happened. When Skyrim was in pre-launch, I was a bit skeptical of picking it up. Little did I know that once I decided to buy it, I would develop a minor addiction. Skyrim's interface was just so much smoother and easier to operate for me. Plus, the sheer size of Skyrim world was just mind-boggling to me. There was so much gameplay in Skyrim, most people who have played it, when asked if you could take one game to a desert island, people say Skyrim, without a doubt. Having the ability to make multiple characters was great. I could either be a headstrong warrior with a heavy armor, swords and shields, a sneaky hunter type with daggers and bows, a mage using an arsenal of destructive spells, or even a mix. I made so many new characters in that game just because I always wanted to try a different style of gameplay. I feel like the possibilities are endless. I'm pretty sure that even if I would sit there and play Skyrim for a year straight, there'd still be content I haven't experienced. Skyrim definitely raised my expectations of RPGs quite a bit. Number 7, Battlefield. I have a lot of great memories playing Battlefield. One of my favorites happened on Bad Company 1. I was driving my golf cart, just chugging along, minding my own business on that one golf course map. I decided to drive up one of the hills, and as soon as I catch air on the top, boom, I explode. Little did I know that my friend shot a stationary AT rocket at me from damn near across the map. We were laughing uncontrollably for the duration of the game. What really hooked me to this Battlefield series was the destruction. Just how pleasing it is to shoot a rocket at a building and then the building collapses, killing the enemies inside. Come on, that's cool as hell. The multiplayer experience as a whole was really great. I started seriously playing Bad Company 2, and I'm still playing Battlefield 4 to this day. I really enjoy the scale of the gameplay as well. For instance, if you're playing Conquest, you could be in a tank on one side of the map with teammates in a jet flying up in the sky, all while a few of your friends are assaulting an objective hundreds of meters away. It's really awesome if you think about it. Although I think the amount of weapon and attachment unlocks is what keep me coming. I love the feeling of progression in a multiplayer game. Number 6, Fallout. Personally, I've only played Fallout 3 in New Vegas. I did play all the DLC for Fallout 3, but only some of it in New Vegas. One of the things that really captivated me about Fallout 3 was traveling through the ruins of Washington, D.C. Probably because the first time I played that game was only a few weeks after I visited D.C. for the first time, so it was a pretty awesome experience comparing memories to the game. My friend and I always used to play Fallout 3 on different TVs in the same room. It was so much fun. I really don't know why. I guess it was the closest thing to co-op Fallout was going to get. We continued to do this once I'd followed New Vegas once as well. For me, the story of Fallout 3 was far superior to New Vegas, but at the same time, New Vegas had better and smoother gameplay. I like the weapon mods. They were an awesome addition. Being either good or bad was really awesome as well. Just further personalization for the game. I really am a stickler for customization in video games. Customization and progress would make me just love games. Number 5. Gears of War. Gears is very different from most games I play, but I love it. This was the first third-person shooter that I really enjoyed. Back in the day, my friends and I would play Horde on Gears of War 2 for hours on end, trying to beat it on the hardest difficulty on different maps. I never actually played multiplayer until Gears 3, sadly. From what I hear, Gears 1 and 2 were way better. I beat all the campaigns on the hardest difficulty. They were so much fun. The Gears of War experience is very unique. The first time I chainsawed a locust in half, I'm pretty sure I soiled myself. And the chainsaw battles, man, damn. They really got me going. Gears of War had some great aesthetics. For instance, getting a headshot with a sniper rifle probably gives the most pleasing sound in all of video games, period. Let alone if you get a collateral. Gears of War 3 was where I really started playing the multiplayer, and I really enjoyed it for a good amount of time. Something about that game made me more competitive than other shooters. Winning a hard-fought game with a team full of friends was an awesome experience. Number 4. Borderlands. This game was actually the first game I ever got 100% of the achievements. Even though the achievements for the Claptrap Revolution DLC were absolutely ridiculous. I mean, really? 25 oil cans, 15 Claptrap bobbleheads, 5 3D glasses, blah blah blah, pizzas, panties, fish in a bag. Like, come on. Keep in mind that all those items were completely random drops, which means killing thousands and thousands of Claptraps over and over again. The grind. But it's okay. The memories made while playing through the game's story with a few of my friends, I'll never forget it. It was kind of fun that was special to just that game. I don't think it could be replaced. I probably beat the first Borderlands about 5 times, and probably created over 50 new characters to play with my friends and different combinations of my friends. A lot of people hate on the graphics in the series. I just think they added a certain effect of it. They set the right atmosphere. I like the second game a lot too. I didn't play it nearly as much as the first, but it's still great. Number 3. Assassin's Creed. Man, I love these games. The first time I played Assassin's Creed, I stayed up all night trying to beat it, and as soon as I was at the final fight, my good friend Devin decides to wake up out of a dead sleep and turn off the Xbox. Yeah. On a better note, these games had me absolutely captivated from the beginning. I've always been a huge history buff, and the historical content in this series kept me very interested. My favorites were the Ezio trilogy, without a doubt. Evolving and growing from a troublemaking, sex-having teen to the most badass and wise assassin since Altair himself was an incredible experience, turning me on to a lifetime of these fantastic games. Number 2. Halo. Yes, Halo. I don't even know what to say about it. The series took up an unhealthy portion of my school life. I honestly couldn't tell you how many hundreds of times I've beat Halo 1 and 2 on split screen. Halo 3 was the first game I ever played online multiplayer. I loved it. I wasn't very good, but I loved it. Man, those custom games. I loved the custom games in Halo 3. Fat Man on Burger King, Predator, all those racetracks, Minotaur and Labyrinth, so on and so forth. I met some of the best friends I have to this day playing SWAT on Halo 3. No game can ever replace the memories I had and the friends I made while playing Halo. Number 1. Mass Effect. Yes, my beloved Mass Effect. If any of you know me, you know that this game is just, it is the bee's knees for me. I love it so much. In my opinion, it is by far the best game series ever created for 360. The story in the series is better than any other game, book, or movie that I ever and probably ever will experience. The characters you meet throughout the series are so beyond detailed, it's crazy. You start to actually feel like you know them. The dialogue options are the coolest thing in gaming. Being able to say basically whatever you want to anyone, whether that be punch a newscaster in the face or seduce blue aliens, you just do what you want. I think the thing that made me fall so deeply in love with Mass Effect was the transferring of characters from game to game. Every single decision, small or large, that you make in the first game drastically affect what happens in the second and the third. Same thing with the second one, it affects what happens in the third still. It's so incredible. I love these games to the moon and back. They're amazing. Like, seriously, if you haven't played them yet, you're wrong, and you really need to. Now, before we finish this off, I got some honorable mentions. Games that I loved, but just didn't quite do it for me. Army of Two, definitely. Those are just awesome games. Great customization. I love co-op games. Always liked them better than multiplayer against my friends. Crisis Crisis was a really fun one. Just running around that nano suit, just jumping over shit, shooting shit. It was a lot of fun. Great game. Great multiplayer. And then Far Cry. I loved Far Cry 3. It was an amazing game. It was fucking awesome. The only reason it didn't make it on my list is because I never played the first one at all. And the second one, I didn't play it all too much. I know I never beat it, but I played it a lot, though. It was still a really good game. Alright, guys. Well, that'll do it. If you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. It took me a very long time to make this video. I like doing it a lot. I love doing these sort of things. I might make some other top 10 videos later on. Maybe I won't be so rushed and so nervous about it. But it was a lot of fun. So if you made it all the way here, do me a favor, leave a like, maybe a comment, tell me what your top 10 is. I'm really interested to see what everybody else's top 10 is. That's awesome. If you liked it enough, just subscribe. I'll hopefully be putting out more videos like this. Thanks.